What if Elon is right, and in a few years, your job is just a hobby you do for fun, and money is basically a game score instead of survival? That sounds exciting, and also a little terrifying, right? Because if work becomes optional, then the real question is this: do you want to be the person who owns the robots and the AI, or the person praying they do not replace you? My name is Paul James, and I used to live in my brother's garage while going to college full-time, trying to build a business with almost no time and no money. Back then, I had zero leverage. If I did not work, nothing happened. Today, AI is giving us the kind of leverage I wish I had in that garage. If you drop a like, share this with someone who needs it, and comment below, I will reply with a link to a free training. And no, I am not trying to sell you go high level. So let's talk about this future Elon keeps hinting at. A future where robots clean your house, cook your food, run your warehouse, maybe even drive your kids to practice, and where AI is so powerful that money and work start to feel optional. Here is the part most people miss. If work becomes optional for society, it does not mean money disappears. It means the definition of valuable work changes. Mindless tasks get eaten by machines. Creative leverage, human judgment, and ownership get rewarded. Right now, everyone is staring at these humanoid robots like they are sci-fi toys. They see a metal butler doing dishes and think, cool, but I'm never buying that. What they are not seeing is the new economy forming underneath. I want to give you a simple way to think about this so it stops feeling like a movie and starts feeling like a plan. I call this the Humanoid Leverage Loop. Once you understand this loop, you stop asking, will robots take my job? And you start asking, how do I make robots and AI work for me while I sleep? Stay with me here, because this next part is huge. The loop has three pieces. First, you have replacement tasks. These are boring, repetitive things robots and AI will do better than humans. Cleaning, stocking, lifting, basic shipping, simple scheduling, repetitive content generation. Second, you have coordination work. That is where humans tell AI and robots what to do, in what order, for who, and why. It is project management, prompt design, workflow building, and system thinking. Third, you have ownership. This is where things really shift. Ownership is where you own the system that uses the robots and AI. You own the channel, the audience, the brand, the offer, the contracts. Most people will sit in category 1 and hope the robots are kind. Smart people move into category 2 and 3 as fast as possible. Here is where it gets really interesting for you. Humanoid robots and advanced AI are not just for billion-dollar factories. They are becoming as a service. Think robots you do not even own, but you rent or use through a platform. You do not need to build hardware. You just need to know how to direct it and package the value. Let's break this down for different people, because the money angles are very different. If you are a creator, AI is already your invisible editor and assistant, but these humanoid systems will become your physical production crew too. Lighting setup, camera positioning, studio organization, prop management, set reset after shoots. You will not brag about working harder. You will brag about how many videos you release while barely touching a tripod. Now, here is something most creators never think about. You can build a channel that teaches businesses how to adopt automation and AI in simple language. You are not selling robots, you are selling clarity, tutorials, breakdowns, case studies. Then you plug affiliate deals, software partnerships, or consulting on the back end. The robots do the heavy lifting in their warehouse. You just become the bridge. If you are a freelancer, it gets even more fun. Imagine you do social media, design, editing, or copy. You can start offering AI-boosted packages today. You layer AI content tools, research tools, and automation on top of your skills. That lets you charge more for outcomes, not hours. Then later, when humanoid robots become normal for businesses, you expand. You help clients design workflows where robots handle physical tasks and AI handles digital tasks. You are not the robot technician. You are the person who translates messy business problems into clear automated steps. I remember feeling totally overwhelmed by tools like this when I was first getting started. If you are an agency owner, this is where the humanoid leverage loop really pays off. Right now, agencies sell time, ad management, content, scheduling, outreach. Tomorrow, agencies will sell automated results. Here's a system that runs 24/7, powered by AI, robots, and software. We just monitor and improve it. Picture an agency that helps warehouses, clinics, gyms, or even small local shops. You come in, map their processes, plug in AI tools, and coordinate with whatever robotics partners exist. You take a setup fee, then a monthly retainer because that system keeps saving them money. They do not want to think about the tech. They want fewer staff issues, fewer mistakes, more predictable output. Most people never realize this part. You do not need to invent new hardware. You just need to understand what it can do and package it as a service. Now let's talk about beginners, because if you are just trying to make your first dollar online, all of this might sound way too big. Here's the simple version. Step 1, use AI to buy back your time right now, even without a robot. Use it to write outlines, answer emails, brainstorm offers, script videos, pitch clients. That takes your limited time and multiplies it. Step 2, learn how to turn messy tasks into clear instructions. That skill is gold. The better you can explain what needs to happen, in what order, with what rules, the more powerful AI becomes for you. Step 3, build something you own. A tiny service, a YouTube channel, a small info product, a newsletter, anything that can benefit from more automation later. Because when humanoid robots are cheap enough to be everywhere, guess who wins? The person who already has an engine running that can plug into them. Let me give you a tiny story to make this real. Imagine a woman named Sarah. She starts as a burned out receptionist, binge watching AI videos at night. She learns how to use AI to write better emails, schedule appointments, and summarize calls. Her boss notices she gets twice as much done. She leaves and starts a small operations cleanup service for local clinics. She uses AI to fix their scheduling, templates, patient reminders, basic follow-up. Now she charges each clinic a monthly fee, and AI does half the work. Fast forward a few years. Humanoid robots become affordable enough for clinics to rent one. Someone needs to design the daily schedule for that robot. What room to clean first, what supplies to restock, what small tasks to handle between patients. Sarah already understands their operations inside out. She adds robot workflow setup to her offer. She does not build the robot. She just makes sure it does the right things in the right order. Suddenly, she is making more from one clinic than she ever made in a full-time job. That is the humanoid leverage loop in action. Replacement tasks, coordination work, and ownership stack together. Here is where everything clicks. You do not need to wait for Elon's full robot future to start moving. The same mindset applies to the tools you have right now. Ask yourself 3 questions. What parts of my work are repetitive and boring? Those are future robot or AI tasks. What parts of my work involve decisions, priorities, and planning? That is coordination. That is where you want to get better. What can I start owning? An offer, a list, a client base, or an audience that will benefit when automation explodes. Imagine what your next 30 days look like after mastering this way of thinking. Instead of doom scrolling, AI will take all our jobs posts, you start building. You pick a simple skill, you layer AI on top of it, you turn it into a tiny offer, you talk to people, you improve. Then as robots roll out into homes, warehouses, and offices, you are not shocked, you are prepared. You have something that fits into that new world. When I was in that garage, I felt like life was happening to me. No time, no money, no leverage. If this stuff existed back then, I would have been obsessed with building systems instead of trading my hours. You have that chance right now. So whether Elon is early or dead accurate on the timeline, you get to choose your role. You can wait until robots show up in your industry and hope someone keeps you around. Or you can start training yourself to be the person who directs them, the one who owns the systems and cash flows they power. If this helped you see the future a little clearer, here's what I want you to do. If you drop a like, share this with someone who needs it, and comment below, I will reply with a link to a free training. Use that training, use these ideas, and start building your own humanoid leverage loop before everybody else wakes up.